Let's go. Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is January 8th, Sunday, January 8th, the year of 2023. We're rolling here. We're getting going. Hope the volume's okay. Let me know if the volume's clipping or anything. How's everyone in chat? I'm going to lower down the music. I know you guys aren't as big of a fan of it. Oh, time for some data stuff, says Xcode. It's related to OCR. However, really new. What are you guys talking about? B Norma. Welcome to chat. Would you be able to help me with a project I want to do for my internship? I can maybe, yeah, for a little bit. I want to do my own thing too, but I'm here for you. So how's everyone doing tonight? It is a wonderful Sunday night. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. A lot of good football, a lot of good fun with friends. And, we're here tonight on Sunday. We're going to have fun day. Now, I think I mentioned when I streamed on Tuesday that, yeah, B Norma, send me a link or something. If you want me to help. But on Tuesday was the last time I streamed, and I was feeling a little stuffed up, and I mentioned it there. And I decided afterwards, just for giggles, to give myself a test, and it turned out I had the thing, so I'm almost back to normal now. It's Sunday, and that was Tuesday. Yeah, so it hasn't been that long. I'm feeling pretty good. But we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. I want to show you guys this. Look at this. It's my wife's better camera, but the lens is so zoomed in. This is the best I could do. So we're working on maybe getting a better lens for this one. What do you think? What do you guys think? Nobody cares. This is just a webcam. I always use a normal webcam. So I was trying to switch it up. Hey, we have Ayo. We have the Black Zillion. We have Rafalek. We have Xcode. Nice cam upgrade. Yeah, I mean, it's a cam we already had, but I'm just trying to use it. See if it would work. Like, is my voice in sync with the camera? That's the main thing. Maybe I'll switch to this every once in a while. So keep you on your toes. Look how blurry my hand is. Look at the depth of field in this one. Now that is legit. This webcam, just okay. I mean, not horrible, but webcam. We got some people on YouTube. Dude, it looks cool. I feel like it makes my face look more wrinkly. It's like showing too much detail for dramatic moments. Dun, dun, dun. Like that? Okay. Let's get to something that you guys care about, not me talking about webcams. What do we want to work on tonight, everyone? Let's not go to that. Let's go to this, okay? So we have some people in the chat. We have... They say, I see no delay, looks fine, legit. Kaggle. Some people say Kaggle. What do we want to do on Kaggle? I look younger on the drama cam. Okay, then I'll take that. Because despite me not wanting to, it seems like every day I'm getting older. What's the deal with that? Can I just be young? Kaggle or chess? Be normal wants chess. I don't know. Okay, what on Kaggle? Like, Kaggle is so general. Want to do a data set? Data engineering pipeline? Someone says. So let's go ahead on Twitch. If you're not on Twitch right now, twitch.tv. Let me get the link. Let's put that link in there. Make sure you go in there. I'm going to make a poll on there. So let's go ahead and bring this out and figure out. We're going to get the infinite loop going here of me. How do I make a poll? Manage poll. New poll. What should we work on tonight. I don't know if you can read this. All right. Now, last time we were working on IRS data. What? Jesse PK subscribed? We got a subscription already? I need to spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel. We barely even started. What are you doing here? Look at this. People are following. Thank you, Vikram, for following. We got subscriptions. Like, what did I do to deserve this? And it landed on do nothing. Oh, that's for you. But I spun the wheel for you. So you're... Okay, so continue working on... It was SEC data, right? Not IRS. All right. We did... I don't know if I want to do pose. Create new data set. Like, we could create a brand new data set from scratch. Put it on Kaggle. Have I tried game dev? No, never. 50 quid. SEC data. So last time we tried to run some Polar stuff, and I totally shut down my stream by overloading it with too much, running CPUs. So I was in trouble. Okay, so we can create a new data set. We can work on the chess data set, chess computer vision project that it's been a while since I worked on. We can try to get some ideas with that. What other ideas did the chat have? Love your vids. Thanks, Will. How are you doing tonight? I'm just in a really good mood. I don't know why. How much did I pay for my Herman chair? Okay, so the story about the Herman chair, I think it was definitely a few hundred, but there's a place near where I live, and they just sell like these are like the chairs. You're gonna sit in this chair, your chair, like most of your life, people. Let's get to the dramatic camera. So you can't see this chair in this, so I'm gonna switch to this one. No way, I'm gonna switch to this one. So you sit in this chair like a lot of your life. So you want to have good ergonomics, right? So there's a place near my house. If you live near me, I can tell you the place, but you probably don't. But it's just like a warehouse full of chairs. They're all used because all these companies buy these chairs, and then you just get a huge discount. So that's where I bought this chair. Very good deal. It was clean. And I was thinking between like the C and the B, and I got the C. I think there's like different models of this chair, and I kind of regret it. My chair was free. It's terrible. Yeah, I've also sat in terrible chairs for years. But when I started working at home full time, I was like, I need to invest in a legit chair. Jose George says chess sounds good. The chess, chess computer vision stuff. Would love to see some data engineering too. Your videos help me a lot. What type of data engineering are we talking about here? One thing I was thinking is like we could get some sports data. We could also, what are some other data sets we could try to create? The other thing is like pose estimation stuff we could look into. We did this on one stream, but we never actually finished. But we could look at all the state-of-the-art pose estimation stuff. And I guess the only other thing I had was like Twitter bot stuff, but I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to work on that. Hey, Rafalek 2, welcome. Are you a lurker? Do I know you? Buddy, thank you so much. I can't see your thing, but I'm going to spin. Can't see if you're a first time chatter. Make sure you chat if you do that. Lopta's in the chat. My chair is, Lopta's the one who says your chair is free. Do a project in PySpark. I haven't used PySpark in a long time. And landed on do nothing. Let's spin it one more time. Oh, wait. Yeah, I wasn't even showing it. Okay, so. Type pizza 10 times. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. I've done this on stream enough times that I know the deal. This is an ongoing typing of the word pizza that I've done from the very beginning of streaming. And I can do it 10 more times, no biggie. This is worth the sub. Thank you so much for the subscription, my friend. I like Airflow PySpark BigQuery. How do you sub? How sub do you have on Twitch? How many subs do I have? Not that many. I mean, I don't do it for the subs. I mean, I'm streaming coding and data science. It's not like the sexiest thing out there, but you know, we're gonna have fun. Okay, so here's the things we could work on. It's now a poll on Twitch. Okay, already got a vote for SEC data. Some people want to get some sports data. So I'm going to pitch each of these. The SEC data we worked on before. So we were trying to manipulate it and get it into like a workable tabular format so we could look at companies' filings across the years and see if there's interesting stuff. Creating a new data set would just be kind of like, let's look at different sports leagues and what sports data is out there. Is there something cool we can find? Here's an idea. Here's something that I did for my college work. Was when I was in college, it was one of our projects. Is I pulled in Reddit thread histories for each game in the NFL, or might have been in college football, and then you can associate each of those with the people, the team that they root for, because people will put flair in the Reddit data set for which team they root for. That's kind of interesting data set. And then what could we do with that? We could do like sentiment analysis of that because it's kind of texty. I actually think that's a really good idea. I mean, that's winning, and might as well try to work on that. If you guys are game, I'm game. Type in chat just like what your soccer data. Yeah, we could do football data too if people want to vote on that. Tabular data. So that data is, I guess, less tabular, but we could like align it. The interesting thing would be like getting the tabular data on the score of the game and trying to get but then you have to get timestamps of when everything happened, which is. Yes, Slopta, soccer is football to the whole world except for the country in which I reside. But that's also like, that's how I feel. I grew up with football being like what I think football is. I can't take that away from myself. UFC, that would be cool. UFC data set. I think like whatever data set we pull from a sport, it would be cool if we pull that data and then also try to get either something from Twitter or something from Twitter or Reddit, like related to it. Because it's kind of cool to see how the text associated with it. Making a video of UMap or the tools for your dimensionality reduction visualizations technique. Oh, UMap is pretty nice for that. Like there's a lot of ways to... It's almost like clustering, showing it. The thing with those UMap plots, if anyone doesn't know what that is. Okay, so just so you guys know, there's time remaining in this for you guys to vote. So it's like a dimensionality reduction to try to visualize. There's UMap and then there's TSNE. What these usually for me create are these blobs that kind of are helpful, but I've never really been in a situation where I'm like, a UMAP representation of the data changed anything, like allowed us to make any business understanding, or other than it being like, oh, that's cool. That's not to hate on it. I'm just saying these are the sort of things in data science you see a lot in projects, but you don't see in practice. Because it is sort of like a fit predict. You just run the fit, you run the predict. It kind of takes a while for UMAP. Oh, this is cool. But then it's like, what do I do with it? What do I do with the fact that I see it in this representation? Like, it's kind of cool. I've used it many times before with sports data. Like, I can show you guys past projects I've worked at. What is rude? What is rude? What are you guys saying is rude? Your thoughts on Rust versus Python in the next 5 years? I think that Rust is probably going to be big. Okay, so data set, sports data set 1. Yay! I think that Rust at least seems like a good back end for stuff. I think Python's probably still here to stay, but on real big data pipelines, I would love to see Rust take over something like Java. Rob, I'm super sorry. Am I welcome here? PK Patricia, you're always welcome here. I don't know why you're asking that. Soccer will be more text on Twitter than Reddit, I'm assuming. Yeah, potentially. Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Yan. Not understanding the lack of response, I do subscribe. What did I say? This is actually rude. Oh, PK, are you really? Are you really actually upset with me? I don't really get what's going on here with... Okay. Okay, but please, nothing that's too sports heavy. But that's what the vote was on. I'm just doing what the people asked for. Looks like K-means clustering in 3D. Yeah, kind of that's what it is. Rust seems way too heavy for data science. We did try to use Rust in one of the streams, so like if I go to my channel and I go to my lives, we did Rust for data science for an entire stream once, and it was pretty cool. But I didn't get very far. I need to spend a lot more time learning it, and I would need a reason to spend more time to learn it well enough to really be legit in Rust. All right, so we're talking about a data set, sports data set for sports, and I'm sorry if anyone is not happy with that in chat, but we're gonna go with what the people asked for. Now let's do another vote in sports. So can you guys give me in chat like what type of sport we should look for data on? And be specific about the league that we should look into. Soccer. Yeah, but soccer, like, would that be new poll? Let's see what you're saying in chat. Soccer La Liga in Spain. Okay. Why doesn't the copy work on this? There we go. Premier League. Maybe Cybersport. Dota. Okay. We can do that. I know there's some Dota data sets already out there. Premier League, UEFA. NBA, people are saying, let's put NBA on here. Yeah, Dota 2 is a good idea, but I don't know anything about Dota. Let's see if we find one. Formula 1. Okay, I'm going to do Formula 1. Now, granted, like some of this I don't know anything about. NFL injuries, that's my day job. Esports. I'll put esports on here. So what's UEFA? So this is just more soccer. So which one of these should we? The Premier League, honestly, is the only one I've heard of. So I'm gonna be, but I'm gonna put esports on here as an option. So let's go ahead and view this poll. WNBA, okay. UEFA. UFC will be fun. Oh man, I missed Skid Row. I missed your comment. Sorry. Maybe next time. All right, we're voting on the type of sport that we're trying to get data for. And then the first thing we're going to do, here's the first thing we're going to do, is we're going to just look, we're going to do some World Wide Web exploration. Are there already data sets pre-packaged out there? I think that like 3 people that said that what they want to vote on are voting on those. Okay, Premier League's taken over. So if we look at the Premier League, I think we'll just see what's out there in the metaverse, in Facebook's metaverse out there on Premier League. But we'll start with like seeing if there's anything existing on Kaggle, and if it is there, then we can we do that? Can you share the link on YouTube? I don't know if it would work to YouTube people. What, the link to Twitch? I want to vote for all options. You can't. That's not the way it works. Bathurst 1000 could be interesting. I don't know what that is. What is Premier League? It's football. It's soccer football. Esports is starting to win. We're going to have to do another vote to figure out which esport to look into. Esports and Premier League are neck and neck. I'm trying to think, if it's esports, what sport would we focus on? I guess Dota? Vote for esports. Silva wants it. Can you vote on esports? Okay, more people want esports. We do what the people want. You can't vote on video. Okay, so do that. You need to be on Twitch. It's just the rules of these polls. So you have to join that. League of Legends, World of Warcraft Arena. Check which game is the most watched on Twitch. I'm sure it's Dota or I don't know. I don't know what year. Browse. Let's browse games. These are just recommended. So these are recommended for me because these are ones I've looked at. How do I view it in the order of what's most popular? I forgot my Twitch password. Oh man, Call of Duty on esports. How's it going, Clipped? We're trying to figure out. It's looking like esports is gonna win this, unless someone votes. Like we get 2 votes really quickly for Premier League, we're gonna get a data set. So while this is loading, let's look esports on Kaggle and just see esports earnings. Esports earnings. This could be interesting. How old is this data set? 2 years. Maybe we could scrape a newer version of this from esports earnings. Because this is just like all esports. And then we like figure out who are the top earners in esports. Does that sound cool to you guys? Earnings looks cool. That's nice. It's like a generic data set for GTA 5. Yeah, that's not really a one that you can get much stats on. Looks like the poll is pittering out, and I haven't done any data science yet. The poll is pittering out, and it looks like esports is going to win. So let's just assume esports is going to win, and then we'll explore this data set. Here's a question. Should we work on this locally? On this data set locally? Or do you guys actually enjoy when I do it in a Kaggle notebook? Because then I can share that with you guys at the end. That's another question. I'm assuming this has ended. Yes, esports did win. So we're going to look at esports earnings. This is it, guys. Tonight, guys and girls, in whatever's, we are going to look at esports earnings data tonight. That's just what we're going to do because that's what you guys asked for. And I give the people what they ask for. And we're going to start on Kaggle. And yeah, people are saying Kaggle. Yeah, that's my second camera we were talking about earlier. It's going to be my new camera. It's my wife's camera, basically. I'm just borrowing it. Great videos. Thank you, Silva. Kaggle notebook is better. Okay, so, hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just start a new notebook with this data set. Let's turn the dark theme on so you guys aren't blinded by the light. And we're going to start working on a Kaggle data set. Which is better? This view, this view, this view. I need to duplicate this. We're just going to have some fun tonight. Hello, you're live and I don't have legend. I'm Brazilian, thanks. What does that mean? Legend. Hello, you're live and don't have legend. Don't have a legend. Kaggle man. It'd be nice to have it. Kaggle, please. Okay, so people are definitely saying they want me to do it in a Kaggle notebook. That's my pizza tab, which I'm going to slow down. And then let's get over here. Man, I'm so unorganized. So unorganized tonight. Okay. So mad. I'm actually not mad. Let's zoom this out so you guys can see everything. Maybe make it a little wider for your viewing enjoyment. Look good? Like an old man here, just like. All right, let's zoom in. Esports earnings. Data analysis. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get an esports emoji. Let's get an esports, a video game emoji, and let's copy this. And let's put it in chat a bunch. You can emote that, I think. And let's add it here to the beginning of our thing so it looks pretty. Let's delete all this. So esports earnings and analysis. All right, we're going to add an image. Esports earnings analysis. Let's see if there's like a good image for this. No, that's all boring. Esports just... Not news. Copy this image address. Go to... I need to make this my first tab or else I'll keep on losing it. And then we can add this here as an image to make it super epic. Markdown image resize. I always forget how to do this. Yeah, so this is the way I can do it, where I actually can resize this image. So it's not super huge. There we go. Make this about 500 width. Let's take a look at the earnings from esports. Now, normally I would just get way ahead of myself, and I think this would be going ahead of myself and like trying to recreate this data set from scratch. But we probably should just explore the one that already exists. Granted, it's a few years old. Let's open this in a new tab. It's a few years old, but it's going to be better than us spending all of our time trying to scrape the internet. Let's just also make sure there's not a newer esports earnings data set on Kaggle. So I'm going to click specifically on data sets. This is newer. This one's newer. So yeah, let's click on this one. Oh yeah, we got to upvote these two. Upvote that. And also upvote this one. But let's go ahead and add this esports earnings to this notebook as well. Because it looks like it has more recent data. It has 2 files only. And a little worse of a description. Let's get our chat over here. Chat. Where did you go? Gave up on dataset Grandmaster. Yeah, I did, kind of. It was a goal of last year that I did not achieve. That was definitely one of the 2021 goals. It's so hard. Here's what I can vent a little bit about it, but I feel like there's some backdoor ways of getting data sets popular. Basically, like joining Discord servers where you just post it and then everyone will vote it. And I noticed that's going on, and I don't want to be a part of that. I want mine to be like organic. Maybe I'm just being too... yeah, and maybe I'm just overthinking it. This happens sometimes on the Kaggle kernels where like it gets stuck, scrolled down, and I have to reload it. So this version, let's look at the most recent version. And then otherwise, it's like really hard to get people interested in data sets that you've created, because no one goes on Kaggle just to find a data set. So like even the data sets that I've created, by the way, if you guys appreciate them, you can go here and vote them. But also, these are all the data sets that I've created. Put this in chat. Speaking of marketing. But if you're not interested in this stuff, you're not going to like randomly go and start upvoting this. And then the ones that were popular, like this flight status prediction one is very popular, but here's the thing. 107 people have upvoted it. I think that just went up, by the way. 31 of them are non-novice. So these are the only ones that count towards me getting to this medal, which a gold medal. I would need this to be 50. So this is actually further away from getting a gold medal in my data sets This one is further away than, like, say, this exchange rate one, because this was upvoted by more people who are on Kaggle, 47. So this is really close to becoming gold. But thanks, Clipped, for upvoting. But you need to upvote, and you need to also be more than a novice on Kaggle, because if you're just a novice, it doesn't count. Let's look at our input data. So this is the esports earnings for players team by game. Let's do some basic imports here. This is what we're going to use for data science. Pandas, NumPy, import matplotlib, import Seaborn. Oh geez, I hate that sound. Let me move this. And then let's also, this might not be a big deal, but we'll make this like 500. Yeah, and that's going to be good enough. Oh, from glob, we'll import glob. This will let us grab all the files in this directory. So by default on a Kaggle kernel, all the data sets are in this input directory, which is one directory up from where you're working. This is esports earnings, players by game. Using glob on this will create a list of all the files. Oh no, I need a star here. That's like a wild card character. Now we have the highest earning teams, highest earning players, in the country and continent codes list. So we'll go ahead and make a teams data frame. What are these files? Players. And these are like the continent codes, I guess. All right, so this is all just reading in the data. You guys got it? I'm trying to go like really make sure everyone's with me. I'll need to upvote you while at work tomorrow. Thanks for doing that. Guys, let me know in chat if you're there, if you're watching, if you have any input. All right, so teams. So this is just going to go. Do we have anything with dates? You're watching. Okay, just making sure I'm not talking to no one out there. You need to post data on ML subreddits like our data sets and our machine learning. Yeah, but they don't like that. They don't like when you self-market unless you're like helping out. What I tried to do is make content related to that. Like that airline prediction one, I made like multiple streams. I made YouTube shorts, TikToks talking about it, but it's not going to drive people to Kaggle to upvote it. All right, let's look at the game and value counts on this. All right, Counter-Strike. Oh, so it's the top 100 of each. That's what it looks like. They've only given us the top 100 each. And there's no dates. So this looks like they just pulled... What's the shape of this? 1,000. I don't know what we're looking at here. Oh, teams. 928 teams. So it's like 100, top 100 teams for each game. This must have just been taken at at a like slice in time. So this is data set. That's data set number 1. I don't know if it's as promising. It's not that exciting. It's not that exciting. And then we have like these codes, which I think are just country codes. Yeah, this has nothing to do with the data set. So data set number 1 is a little bit of a dud. Now let's look up data set number 2, because that could be a little bit more interesting, because it is from its earnings from 1998 to 2021. Whoa, that's a lot of data, you would think. So let's list out all of this. So it's just 2 files. It's just 2 files. General esports data and historical esports data. So we'll make a historical data set, which will be this file 0. And then let's also make a general, which will be this 1. So let's look at this. What's going on here? Can't decode position. 0. Sometimes this requires encoding. It's worth a try. All right, other thing we can also do is look here. What other people have done. Encoding ISO. Okay. ISO 8859. If someone in chats wants to let me know why it's this encoding, I don't know. Need this bracket. All right. Historical. General. So 7,000 rows in the historical, and general has 558 small data sets. These are small data sets, but we can at least explore them. All right, so this is, I think, at least has a little bit more information. Okay, so Warcraft 3, Smash Bros. Melee. I know Smash Bros, so let's look at that. I know this game. There's 195 rows of it. Would be way better if you built it yourself. Yeah, but we're seeing what's out there already. Age of Empires 2. Okay, I'll look at that. Let's also. Yeah, this is not a. So we'll do parse dates in here, and we'll parse this date column. Now this is actual date time column. And we'll sort values by the date. So what is it here? This like, it's always the first day of the month. And it's 46138. Why is that such random intervals? All right. Oh, this is what other thing we have to do is. Something like this, where so our plots will look nicer. Let's do this. Earnings. All right, so this should be. earnings over time. So is this right? Competitions don't happen every day, but do they always happen on the first day of the month? I think this is just like a, should be the month. So is each row 1 month? Let's read about this. The inspiration came from this original data set, which I'll upvote. And this data set just has similar stuff, but it's older. Yeah, the 2 years ago version. Version 4, split the data into 2 files. Historical esports, which contains the earnings per month for every game. Okay, so it should be per month. General esports data, which contains the generic data on each game. Also added another variable, online earnings. Okay. Let's see how many games there are in this. 518 games. Let's take the top 10 games that we have here. And make this plot. We'll make this exact same plot. That way we can see what the difference in the games looks like. And we'll put this here. All right, let's go ahead and see. Oh, this is game. So we're looping through each game and we're trying to see how the earnings change over time. Oh, yeah. We need to set the index as the date, or else it's not going to look very pretty. Would you consider yourself an average, above average, or expert data scientist? I don't know. I'm me. Because I'm coming from up on a year as an analyst and willing to move to data scientist, I'm way below my skill level. Well, I've been working on it a while, but I don't think anything I do is unachievable. Just asking to better understand where I need to strive to be at. I think you need to figure that out yourself, man. But you're asking the right questions. Okay, let's look at all these games. All right, granted the y-axis. Let's get the palette. Let's get this color palette. Let's make this enumerate so we get an index. And add a color here. Let's change this color. There we go. It's going to break once it gets to the... Okay, so how to make a All right, so we're going to make this a cycler, this palette. And let's see if this works. Invalid color? Oh, yeah. So we're going to have to do this. All right, so I'm gonna get one of my old notebooks up here and get something to cycle over. Cycle some image color to cycle over. Your work. Look at my own work. Sorry, guys. This is going to take 1 second. We're about to be there. We're about to be there. What are we listening to on YouTube here? Getting all thrown out. Where is my stuff? Where is my stuff? Most votes. What I'm looking for is there's a way to have a color palette that you can infinitely iterate over. This is an old way I used to do it. And I know I'm not finding it. Maybe this one? Probably not even worth it. Should I give up on this? Yes, I found it. 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 This is what I want. All right, a color cycle. There we go. I think this is how I do it. Finally. Okay, now it's going to cycle over all these colors. Sorry for that big delay in time. Mod Len Pal. Ooh. So you guys have better solution. Ask ChatGPT. Oh, man. You're right. Seaborn Palette and itertools.cycle. Yeah. So now we have a color cycle palette where we can just call next on it and it's always going to go through it. I mean, I don't need to do it this way. I could have done it, I think, this way and it would work the same, but let's just keep what I know. Let's keep what I know with how I know it and not question. Don't question my authority. All right, so the bad part about this is every time you run it, the starting color might be a little different. But it's interesting here. Okay, StarCraft, early 2000s, big time. And then not so much. Warcraft, even earlier. Super Smash Bros. Melee. I didn't know that was so popular later, 2016 and such. But was that did that exist back there? When did that game even come out? Oh, it came out in 2001. There must have been a reboot, right? A reboot of this game? So Melee peaked later. And then what was this huge one? We're going to have to look that up. Like these outliers, we have to understand why they're so huge. StarCraft 2 earnings over time. So StarCraft 2 is like, now we start getting into the baby stuff. Let's just look at the top game month combined. So history, if we look at this and then we go date, how much we need the year combined. So if we look at the historic data and then we take the date and we pull off the year, we make that its own column. Then if we take this history, we group by our year and our game. And then we take this earnings and we're going to sum this. So what does this get us? This gets us the total earnings for a game in a given year. And then we're going to sort values by, we're just going to sort values. Ascending equals false. This will give us the top earnings if this data set is complete. As a data expert, what takes you more time during the day in your company? Cleaning data or you have data analysis data? It really depends. It's like modeling, managing expectations, meetings, and data wrangling and answering like random questions, and then also making slide decks with your results. So you need to do that. Pop quiz question for you. Let me know when you're ready. Pizza Force, go shoot. Hit me. Pizza Force has a pop quiz for me. Can you define the central limit theorem without looking it up? Ready, go. No. You win. Even if I could, I don't want to do that right now. I think have you asked me these type of questions before? Sanskar. You got me. I'm not fresh out of college, so I haven't recently researched that. Okay, let's do a head of 10 on this. No, let's do a head of 30. And let's make this a horizontal bar plot. Ooh, that's ugly. We can sort this again before we plot it a second time. And what this is showing us is we probably want to flatten the index. But what this is showing us is the title will be Top Games game year earnings. Let's find an external data set and make sure that this lines up. So 2019 Fortnite made the most, then 2021 Dota. Does that make sense to you guys in chat? Is that like a reasonable thing that Fortnite in 2019 would have the most earnings. Why is it so high for that? All right, so top 100 highest overall earnings. This is interesting. This is the people who have earned the most. Player IDs. This would be cool data to scrape. History. So now we're actually on the website that has it. Top games. Battlegrounds Mobile has over $3 billion. Oh, wait, this is in 2023. Apex Legends 22. Oh, that's 3 billion? 2019 Ninja was still big in Fortnite too. Okay, so the Fortnite just really peaked like in 1 year. That's interesting. There must have been. All right, so let's make this a little bit cleaner. Let's take this, reset the index, and then let's just make this a plotting data frame. And we're going to make it like the game plus. Make sure I'm on a copyright-free audio. Copyright-free audio. That's what it says. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're going to take this year and we're going to like make it a string. And this needs to have a plus. So now it's going to look a little bit prettier. Could we also make this? That's millions. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I don't even know where I was. Esports earnings. That is millions. Is these? Yeah, these zeros are throwing me off. Okay. Makes a lot more sense. What is it like? Is Elon Musk sponsoring these games or something? I thought it was just an error. Okay, so League of Legends, player unknowns, Counter-Strike. We could rename Counter-Strike this with CS GO, right? Isn't that how people refer to it? This would be a comma. We will make this a dictionary. And it will make this. All right, so this will be game year. I'm really missing my auto formatter here. Hey, Corey Potter. Thank you so much. Do I know you? Have we met in chat before? Thank you for subscribing. What made you want to subscribe? What led you to finding my channel? Let's spin this for Corey. I spin the wheel every time that someone does it. And look, it landed on push-ups. I got to do 5 push-ups for you. That's a good change of pace here. That's a good change of pace. Let's check out the second camera. That's still there. Oh, that's broken. Thank you for that. Not sure if rename worked. Let's look at here. There's many ways I could do that rename. I could also just map it. Yeah, you're right. It didn't because it has the year in it. Hey, LCKYN, thank you for the subscription too. Let me know in chat where you guys are. Corey Potter said, I've been watching YouTube videos and saw you were here. You decided to come over watch on Twitch. I realized I had a Prime sub. That's right. There's a Prime is a free way for you to subscribe to the Twitch channel if you would like to. Awesome. Thanks for subscribing. We got type pizza. Oh man, they're all coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's for you. Thanks so much for the subscription. And then let's spin this one more time. I'm going to type it 10 more times. It's like the universe wants this. Thanks, guys. You don't, like I said, you don't need to subscribe, but if you're going to take it from Bezos, might as well do that. So thanks, Empowered. And, oh, whoa, what do we got here? All-time record shattered. Thank you. Twitch fam. You guys are the best. Seriously, hype train in it. I don't even know how that hype train works, but I'm all for it. Okay, let's get back to this. Not that. Let's get back to this. Okay. You can't see the wheel. Oh shoot, you guys didn't see the wheel. I spun it twice and it landed on pizza twice. But I do really appreciate you guys. Can't see the screen. Can you see it now? So thanks Corey Potter, and also thanks LCKYN, and also thanks Empower Through Design. All right, we're doing Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and it's not renaming. And someone says I do the string method on it. Key error game year. Yeah, string methods don't have rename. I thought it was just like this and not as a dictionary. So basically we want to do this and take rename. So this takes a dictionary with one-to-one values. So maybe the thing is I'm not getting the correct game name. So game value counts. Are there like spaces in it that I'm missing? No. Looks good. Try rename columns. But won't that actually rename the column? And I want to rename the value within the column. Oh, I know what I was looking to do. Yeah, it's replace. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay, so I was trying to rename and it's replace, and I do it this way. This is how I always do it. Yeah, I'm totally new. I totally knew about that. Yeah, CS:GO now. Can we make any of these other names shorter? Let's also do like, let's do a title so that there's not all these uppercase, lowercase mixes. That'll make it look a little bit cleaner. What's PUBG? Is that this? Okay, so I'll rename this. Place. Don't want to double backslash here. All right, so it's looking okay. I don't know why it didn't pick up the mobile version of this. Now, is it a different game if it's a mobile version versus the real version? So like maybe make this mobile. I'm glad you guys are here to help me because yeah, this looks a lot better. So now they won't be so like huge when we plot it. And then we're going to actually have to do, instead of this group by, we're going to, okay, so now we're actually going to take our plot, df plot, set index as our date. And then, no, set index as our game year. And then earnings. There we go. That's a lot prettier. Now let's also do something a little different here. Let's do a width of 1 so that they're wider, and let's do an edge color of black. That looks a little bit nicer. And this should be top. Top game year earnings. Can we color these by their different... The year isn't doing date format in the chart. I'm not sure about that. We can make the colors different based on the game. That might help us visually see this. And that actually makes me think... Where's our plot df? Oh, df plot. Okay. We could actually use Seaborn for this. Bar plot. Where the x-axis is the game year. And the y-axis is the earnings. This is data. There we go. We're going to actually make this Y and make this X. Make it a little bit bigger. Our same dimensions as up here. 8 by 10. And then let's, oops. Let's redo the ordering on this. And then let's make the hue or the color be the game. Well, why did it make it super skinny? Maybe it needs to be the color. Okay, so we need a color for each game. The years in doing data. These are the earnings of eSport players by game year, not the game earning, right? Yes, 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 yes. Top eSports earnings by game year. But what I would like to do is make the color of each of these different. I could do it with matplotlib here. We could actually take this plot axis, and I think we can get like the rectangles out of this and recolor those individually, or we can just try to use Seaborn to do it like we are here, and it might be a little bit easier, it might be harder. So this column, basically the game, how many unique ones do we have? We have 8. So we can take these unique values and we can map them. I picture this data as a stacked horizontal graph with the game on the Y and the stacked values of each year on the X. That's a cool idea. Let's do that. So then we don't need to filter down. What we can do is take this historical data, group by game year, earnings, sum, this again. And then we kind of just want to unstack this. Plot kind equals stacked equals true. No, wait. Kind is going to be a bar. And then stacked is equals to true. This might be too crazy. You know what I'm thinking? Because when we unstack this, we are going to get... We have to get a set of games. Recovering from COVID and just want to drop in and show you some love. Thanks, Crazy Fanatic Man. I mentioned at the beginning of my stream, but on Tuesday, I tested myself after the stream and realized that I also was suffering from COVID. So I'm 5 days in. I'm feeling better, a lot better right now, but I hope you feel better too, Crazy Fanatic Man. And don't be too crazy out there. Don't be too big and crazy of a fanatic. But I appreciate you being here and hanging out. Let's make a temporary data set with this. All right, so now what we have is every year is a column, and every game is here. We can sum this and then sort values, and that will just give us this will give us, like, we could take the top 10 of these, index, and these are the top games. Then we could take this temporary data frame and we can just only look at the top games. Probably still too much here. We actually want it like this, I think. No, we did want it the way it was before. So this looks kind of crazy because they're all stacked on top of it. So we want it to be stacked equals true. And then I do think we want a horizontal bar. All right, we're also going to remove this legend. It's like a matplotlib kind of night. I don't know if this is cool to you guys. If you guys think this is interesting what we're doing, but I do. It's almost like we need each year in there. That would have taken me a half hour. Yeah, that's why you got to get good. I mean, I don't mean you got to get good, but like being able to quickly manipulate data for visualizing it is a really underrated skill. Because doing this also in Excel, like maybe some people could load this data into Excel and do it that way, but it's way less reproducible. And if you learn how to do it this way, you can make like notebooks that you send out and other people can reproduce what you've done. Now the key here would be getting the year to show up in each of these bars, because I removed the legend because it's a little bit too much. Like we're repeating colors here. Total esports earnings by game. I'm not super stoked about this visually. I don't know about you guys. You're stuck doing something similar using Plotly? Yeah, Plotly can also do this. This is the most I'm interested in now. Nice. So I don't know. I like this idea. I think so. What's cool about this? We can see that player unknown battleground. Well, also we didn't rename the. We could do our same game renaming here. We could actually just do it to the base game, right? Like in the entire data set before we even do any of this stuff. What did I do wrong? What did I do? I broke something. Oh, I loaded that, but I didn't add this year column. All right, so let's just start at the top of our notebook and work our way down. Yeah, that's where we added the year. Wait, Player Unknown Battleground Mobile did not change the name. What's going on here? I thought I did that. I don't know. Let's see where it contains. Let's locate where this contains that game. So it's not in here. It's not in the hist version. When we plot it here, is it ever show up? No. I'm a little miffed about why it's not showing there, but we could also just do this again here. Oh. Because it's in the index? Maybe because it's in the index. I don't know. I'm getting a little confused here. What I did. Anyone in chat want to fix the star between unknown and S? When you change your temp data, it didn't have the rename, I think. But what I tried to do here was just rename it when I first read in this historic data set. And then this player unknown battlegrounds doesn't exist anymore. Right? So then when I do the hist year over time and I create the subset, like this stuff shouldn't matter anymore. I should be able to remove this and get the same result. Well, granted, it's not going to work because, like, let's just temporarily remove that. Yeah, see there, it didn't work in player unknowns. Anyone know why? It worked for Counter-Strike, but it didn't work in player unknowns Battlegrounds mobile. I know why. I know why. It's because I did this string title here, and I did not do it when I was trying to run it here. And you got to be consistent about this stuff because computers don't joke around. There we go. And now we could actually remove this stuff. We could just make this. Like our games are now the right names. And then here, yeah. Arena of Valor. Yeah, so does everyone understand why that didn't work? I was doing a rename of these lowercase names, assuming that it would propagate down, but I forgot that I did a rename on the titled version of the text. And when these game names had all uppercase for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So if I had this renamed with the uppercase version, it would have worked. All right, not totally excited about this necessarily. Let's look at individual earners. I want to look at individual earners real quick. Did you transition from software dev to data science? No. I transitioned from engineering to data science. And I had done no software stuff before that. So this has the historical stuff, but we also want to do individual people who earn money. We looked at the top 10 games and I think these plots would look better. If it was grouped by the year. and summed. Am I crazy here? I feel like this makes a little bit more sense. Why does Age of Empires make so much? Why is Age of Empire? Yeah, and then I almost feel like this doesn't need to be a year. This needs to be a bar plot for each year, so we can like see each year. And then what if we did this? Let's make subplots. So the number of rows is going to be the length. Well, it's just going to be 10. And then the number of columns will be 1. And let's go ahead and share X. And then let's put this axis is this. So let's iterate over each axis in this. Oh, look at that beauty. I know it's not beautiful really, but it's going to get there. All right, so let's do a fig size. Now it's got to be like a lot taller to fit everything in. We have to do the names are kind of big. Should we share the y-axis? Because these bar plots are a little bit misleading. How much did you have to drink before I started this stream? 2 beers. Thanks for asking, Fee-Fi Fofum. Why do you ask? Was it when HD came out? Oh. So they don't distinguish in this between the HD version? Let's look up our old Wikipedia. HD version. I don't see it here. I don't see any references to it. It's kind of cool to see like where each really peaked, because some games peak and then double peak. It looks like we're almost on the same scale. Let's make the Y lim equal to 0 and what is this? 1,000,000? Let's group by game, year, earnings, and sum this. Sort index, sort values. False that. All right, so the top earning was that Fortnite 2019 year. And the earnings was, we can do these underscores, 72 million. So let's make this 72 million. And now we're going to actually see everything on an equal scale. Jeez. How is this possible? Thanks for sharing. This is insightful. Thanks for hanging out, Fee-Fi Fofum. I just didn't get the beer comment. If it was supposed to be encouraging or not. I feel encouraged. I don't know if it was intended to be that way. I got water right here, by the way. Hey, let's try our second cam. Oh, wait, it failed. My second camera failed. Look at this. When I want to make that second camera work, this is what I need to actually run. It's very convoluted. Invalidate. Oh, you know what probably happened is it ran out of battery. That's what I think happened. Good energy. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I got good sleep last night. So what I'm confused by is I think our top 10 list is bogus. Because our top 10 list is by the top. Yeah, the top ones that exist. So let's go by. Let's go by group by game. And then earnings. I always do grope by. I always spell it wrong. So actually our top 10 games will be this. And it'll be like the first 10 of these. These are the top 10 earning games. And that's really what we care about. Not just the top 10 that exist in this data set. So I'm going to replot this by the top earning games. What happened to Fortnite? What happened to Fortnite? Is this right? EScharts.com. Just keep enjoying myself. EScharts.com. What's ES? No, this is, yeah, esportsearnings.com. Tell me what you're looking at. What the heck is this thing? Hernia belt? Is this a targeted ad? Jeez. Keep it family friendly. What are these ads? Someone know what it's about Fortnite in 2019? Here's the bizarre thing is I don't see this peak for Fortnite in 2019 here. So what were we seeing? Why are we seeing it here be the highest? Something's off. Something's off. Why is it there the highest, but then here it's clearly not? It says 2014 here. Let's just get to the root of the problem. A lot of that data dies off in 2017. Is that because no one plays games anymore? So let's just look at Fortnite earnings. Let's sort the values by the year. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Why am I showing Fortnite here? Peaking at the wrong time. It peaked too soon. It's because of this share X. Yeah. So there's something that I assume, peeking too soon. There's something I assumed here, which you know what happens when you assume. And I made it out of you and me here by assuming that we had every year accounted for each game. One way I think we can fix this is if we do year. This might be a quick fix. As type category. That makes this year column not like a numeric value, but a category. Yes. But now we have, yes, now we can share X equals true. But now we're going to have every year. We have every year, and we don't necessarily care about every year. Look at all these games that don't make anything compared. So what we're going to do here is can we query where year is greater than 2010? Looks like no one was really making money prior to that. Yeah, it's still going to show all the years because we have it as a categorical here. So scratch that. Yeah, would have to create a bunch of false zeros otherwise. I mean, one way we could do it here too is we can do this query of 2010 or greater. We can do this in steps like make this data that is queried with this date here, and then make this year a category. It's not liking this. Oh, I need to remove this assign idea. All right, it's kind of hacky, but that way does work. Okay, so now we see the spike for Fortnite in 2019, which totally makes sense because that was our peak year. How did no one make money on Fortnite? I guess it only came out in 2018. Do the query before the as type cat. I mean, this way works. I just made like a subset, which is only 2010 dates, and then ran it on those. The thing is here, this Fortnite earnings is just blowing everyone else out of the water. So maybe doing this Y limit. We're kind of comparing them to each other though. When you look at it this way, you can't really see how Fortnite was really dominant over all the other ones. So what do you guys think? We hard code the Y-axis? When I have high outliers, sometimes it's best to go off the second highest for the Y. So you just like, you curtail it. You just ignore the outlier. Or go a log. Yeah, log scale is always an option. All right, so let's see what it would look like with log scale. So basically what we would do then is we take, so here's, maybe we should look at it this way. If we, so we have this like, we have this history group by game, year, earnings, sum, right? We have this, the year earnings. Basically, we want to take this, we want to plot a histogram with a bunch of bins to see what the distribution of this is. Yeah. This is what I was expecting. It's kind of even hard to see because, yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but this is definitely like highly skewed data set with some values way over here to the right. So what's the title of this? Distribution of game earn of esports earning for a year, for a game year. I don't know if that makes sense. So this makes sense. Like most games, esports earners earned almost nothing in that year. Total esports earning. But if we take the log transform of this, so we take earnings. Or we actually take the value. So let's reset this index. So this is the log transform of it. And this you do a lot of times in machine learning because you want to have a feature that's like as close to a normal distribution. Normal distributions are nice. So this is the log earnings. So we're going to do it like this. Oh, I keep on resetting the index, which is no bueno. Auto-detected range. Okay, so when you take the log of 0, it's going to be an infinity, right? That we know that from math. So we can use log 1p, which will just add 1 to any to the values, and then take the version of. Okay, so now let's look at the distribution. What's the distribution look like now? It looks a lot more normal. So it's basically like, yeah, then you have to think about this in terms of like orders of magnitude as you go up here. Like there's a normal distribution around a value that people make, and then there's like tails either way that like aren't linear. So now if we do this on a log scale, I don't know. The thing is about doing the log transform is it makes it a little bit less intuitive for the person looking at it. I have an intro to ML's course this semester. Any recommendations for learning linear algebra? I don't have any good ones off the top of my head because I learned it also in school. Like I did a lot of linear algebra in undergrad, and that was a long time ago for me. Yeah, so this at least lets us see, like it's nice to see that this is a normal distribution when it's log transformed. I think you can easily in matplotlib change something to a log scale. Matplotlib make axis log scale, and then at least looks better because it has like the yeah, set y scale log. Let's remove this. Yeah, so this actually looks a little bit better the way that we can. So what's the max? So you can kind of see like the 10 to the 6. Well, I don't know why this is 4 times. But it kind of lets us compare them side by side. I don't know. Hey, Rob, any experience tips with quant modeling in investment banking? Not really specifically, Larry. I've never done quant banking, but I have done forecasting. So if you look at my tutorials on YouTube for forecasting. All right, it's around 11:30. Let's run this notebook all the way through. We made some plots. I'm realizing there is no individual earners on this because the data set does not have it. Now let's look at esports earnings. And when I search for data sets of esports earnings, it just takes us back to Kaggle. So I wonder if these people have an API. I'm guessing they don't. Guessing also the data set isn't large enough that it wouldn't be that hard just to scrape. Support terms of use. They do have an API. Obtaining an API key. Usage of an API key requires X. Does this sentence make any sense? I don't know if you guys can see all of it, but usage of the API. Okay, usage of the API requires the use of an API key. You can acquire it registering in our development area. So this is usually pretty easy. And then if we wanted to take this further, what we would want to do is actually gain access to this API and just scrape all the data. In order to ensure the continued access fast to load times, restriction API will play. You may only access the API at most once per second. Please store any information retrieved from the API locally and refresh the information every once in a while. So that's reasonable. 1 per second. And what are these endpoints like? So we could look up a single player every second. We can look up player tournaments. It's always funny when you have to kind of go through an API to gain access to a data set that's like, they could just give us it all. It's not like it changes that often, unless the historic data does change. Because we kind of want it like a select star from this entire data set. Forecasting is sexy. Okay. Fee, fi, fo, fum. So if we were going to continue this project, this is the route we would go, I think. We would get as much data as we could from esports earnings. We would abide by their API and only request once per second. But then we would just try to scrape as much as we could. There's no reason to try to like go into the HTML code here. Or like go into this source code and try to pull this data when they're giving us an API. Because they're basically, why they give us an API is because they don't want people to be accessing. They know people are going to try to pull this data down, and they're going to give us like a sanctioned way that they're cool with for us to pull this data. So let's say that you are trying to make this like super interests you. Let's say that like this is your jam, esports, you're totally into it, and you want to make something for your resume concerning this, or you want to make a project that you can at least like gain some experience from. You might want to start by trying to use the API for this site, picking maybe a specific game that you're interested in. This is only earnings. Diving into match data would be more interesting. Yeah, you're right. We kind of went down this rabbit hole, but that's, I mean, the same thing. If there's a website for, give me a game. Dota. You could use the API to do data streaming for live dashboard of their website's data. Yeah. So you could like basically take this data and make it prettier, because I don't think they've really invested time in making many dashboards on this. It looks like Dota. This is the wrong 2. Dota 2 matches data set. So someone's already made this. Yeah, this might have been. This is 3 years ago. I don't know enough about Dota to explore this data even. I don't have the domain expertise. Okay, Destiny 2. Honestly, when I suggested us looking into sports data, I didn't think we were going to go down the esports path. I thought it was at least going to be something I'd know the rules to. This is kind of cool. Let's see what this person did. They took Destiny data. So they use the Bungie API. Like, look at this. This is a great data science project for you to work on, if this is something that interests you. They use the Bungie API. Give this a little uptick. Evenly between Xbox One and PS4 specifically. Each day I gathered their total time played, total experience, and total content. So I don't know what. Yeah, I'm not sure what this API is, but I guess you would have to learn about this. Each day gather total time played, blah. There's a clear pattern to how much time people play on each day of the week. Let's look at this. Okay, these plots could use a little bit of work, but it's not what matters. So they're seeing when the spikes occur of, I'm guessing this blue line is like a smooth moving average or something. Net change in glimmer. I don't even know what this means. And then he says he sees like there's some falling. Whoa. Yeah, so you could see, well, this was back in 2015, but you could see the number of people using it falls. Might be because of like winter break. I don't know. It's getting nice outside and people don't play games as much. Efficiency of playing time. This is really cool. He's put the complete raw data set on an old Google Drive that's no longer existent. But this is sort of stuff you could definitely Yeah, this is 8 years ago. I'm realizing it, but it was good enough that like it was the first thing that came up when I searched for Destiny data set. Gain inspiration from that, though. Okay. Dylan says, really appreciate your videos and some of your things you've learned while watching you help me land a research position with one of my professors after acing his pattern recognition class. Nice, Dylan. Dylan, 2 thumbs up. I love it. Like more than I've ever imagined. The amount of people who say that they've furthered their careers or gotten or gained some knowledge through what I've put out there, and it's helped them in their careers. That's what it's all about. So, Dylan, you couldn't have made the stream end on a higher note. Let me just throw out some spam here. So we do have a Discord server, !Discord, to find that. So I paste it multiple times to make sure people in YouTube can get the link. You can check out my YouTube if you haven't already. ! YouTube will get you there, but also www.youtube.com/Rob should take you there. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And then I'm also on Twitter. Thank you. In my senior year at UGA, Georgia. Nice. You guys beat Virginia Tech when I was in school, though. So kind of on my bad side. No. I'll let you pass. So I think I linked everything. Oh, that's weird. This is my Twitter. You can follow me there. I've linked that. I've linked my YouTube, Discord. What else is there? Twitch, obviously, if you're not. Go Dogs, baby. Yeah. Yep. Oh, man. Why do I keep on going that? All right. So that's it for me tonight. Let's find someone to raid. Let's raid a rando. Late night reverse engineering. Is anyone doing Python? Oh, shoot. I should show you guys this. I keep on going that face one. Python. Happy New Year. Let's do some... Shit. Is he doing Python? Yeah, let's raid. Let's raid. Metzi. I'm not going to stick around that long, but if you're in Twitch, you want to join us in this raid, please stick around. If not, thanks for hanging out. As always, love each other. Be nice to each other. And I will see you guys next time. Made it through COVID. It's been 2.5 years or 3 years being worried about getting COVID. Granted, vaccinated. And also it's like a different strain than when it came off. But I can't believe I actually got it this week. Like I got it. Like that thing that we've been talking about for so long. I got it. All right. Hopefully I'll be around Tuesday. Check out in the Discord. I'll let know if I'm not going to be there. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Let's do the raid. And then YouTube will sign off. See you guys. All right, YouTube. You guys have a good one too. Bye.